Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the classics that define generations of gamers. Today we're powering up our Varia Suits and setting off on an intergalactic adventure with one of the greatest titles in video game history, Super Metroid. Released in 1994 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Metroid is the third installment in the legendary Metroid series, developed by the brilliant minds at Nintendo. This game didn't just push the boundaries of what we thought was possible on the Super Nintendo. It redefined the entire action-adventure genre, giving birth to the Metroidvania style that countless games have emulated since. In Super Metroid, you step into the boots of the galaxy's most badass bounty hunter, Samus Aran. Armed with an array of futuristic weapons and gadgets, Samus embarks on a perilous mission to rescue a kidnapped Metroid larva from the clutches of the sinister space pirates. The journey takes her to the dark, labyrinthine planet Zebes, a place teeming with hostile creatures and ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered. But this isn't just a game about blasting aliens and collecting power-ups. Super Metroid is a masterclass in atmosphere, exploration, and non-linear gameplay. The desolate, eerie corridors create a sense of isolation and tension that's palpable, drawing you deeper into its haunting world. Every corner of this game oozes with a sense of mystery and discovery, making each playthrough a unique and unforgettable experience. Upon its release, Super Metroid was hailed by critics and players alike as a masterpiece. Its seamless blend of tight controls, intricate level design, and compelling narrative set a new standard for video games. Even today, nearly 3 decades later, it's regarded as one of the greatest games of all time. A timeless classic that continues to inspire and captivate new generations of players. Following the events of Metroid 2, our fearless bounty hunter, Samus Aran, successfully eradicated the Metroid species, save for one infant Metroid that imprinted on her, believing Samus to be its mother. Recognizing the potential danger and scientific importance of the creature, Samus delivers the baby Metroid to a group of researchers at the Ceres space colony, hoping to unlock the mysteries behind its immense energy-producing abilities. However, peace is short-lived. Just as Samus departs, a distress signal from the colony calls her back. She arrives to find the facility in ruins, its researchers slain, and the infant Metroid abducted by none other than Ridley, the fearsome leader of the space pirates. In a desperate attempt to stop him, Samus battles Ridley but ultimately fails, watching helplessly as he escapes. Determined to rescue the kidnapped Metroid and thwart the space pirates' sinister plans, Samus sets course for Zebes. This alien world, once home to the Shozo civilization and the site of her previous battles, is now under the control of the space pirates. The atmosphere is thick with tension as Samus descends into the labyrinthine depths of Zebes, navigating through hostile environments such as the fiery Norfair, the aquatic Meridia, and the treacherous wrecked ship. As she delves deeper, Samus uncovers the true extent of the space pirates' operations. They've been conducting experiments to harness the power of the Metroids, aiming to create an unstoppable army. The stakes couldn't be higher, as the fate of the galaxy rests on her shoulders. Armed with her trusty power suit and an arsenal of advanced weaponry, Samus must navigate the perilous terrain, defeat powerful foes, and uncover hidden secrets to stop the space pirates once and for all. The story of Super Metroid is told not just through its sparse dialogue and cutscenes, but also through its evocative environments and atmospheric design. Each area of ADZs tells its own story, from the eerie silence of the abandoned Brine Star to the oppressive heat of Norfair's lava-filled caverns. The game masterfully blends narrative and gameplay, creating an immersive experience that keeps players on the edge of their seats. Throughout her journey, Samus faces formidable adversaries, including towering bosses like Kraid, Phantoon, and Dragon, each guarding a piece of the puzzle needed to advance. These encounters are not just tests of skill, but also key story moments that build tension and drive the narrative forward. The climax of Super Metroid is one of the most memorable in gaming history. Samus's confrontation with the monstrous Mother Brain and the ultimate sacrifice of the baby Metroid create a powerful emotional ending that resonates with players long after the credits roll. This poignant conclusion solidifies Super Metroid as more than just a game. It's a narrative-driven masterpiece that stands the test of time. At its core, Super Metroid is an action-adventure game that emphasizes exploration, combat, and discovery. Players control Samus Aran, navigating the sprawling, interconnected world of Zebes. The game's map is divided into distinct regions, each with its own unique challenges, enemies, and environmental hazards. From the lush, overgrown corridors of Brinestar to the molten depths of Norfair, every area feels distinct and meticulously crafted. One of the game's most defining features is its non-linear design. Unlike many games of its era, Super Metroid encourages players to explore at their own pace, uncovering secrets and power-ups hidden throughout Zebes. The game is a masterclass in environmental storytelling and design, rewarding curious players who think outside the box and explore every nook and cranny. As you progress, Samus acquires a wide array of upgrades that enhance her abilities and open up new areas for exploration. Classic power-ups, like the Morph Ball, missiles, and the Ice Beam return, each adding a new layer of strategy to the gameplay. The sense of progression is incredibly satisfying, as each new ability not only makes Samus more powerful, but also provides new ways to interact with the environment and solve puzzles. The game's controls are tight and responsive, allowing for precise movements and quick reactions. Whether you're platforming through perilous caverns, dodging enemy attacks, or solving intricate puzzles, Super Metroid never feels cumbersome or unfair. The addition of new mechanics, like the speed booster and the grapple beam, further expand Samus' mobility, making traversing the vast landscapes of Zebes a thrilling experience. Combat in Super Metroid is both challenging and exhilarating. Samus faces a diverse array of enemies, each with unique attack patterns and behaviors. From the common space pirates to the more formidable creatures inhabiting Zebes, each encounter requires quick thinking and strategic use of Samus' arsenal. Boss battles are a highlight, offering intense, multi-phase fights against massive foes like Kraid, Phantoon, and Ridley. These battles test your skills and knowledge of the game's mechanics, providing some of the most memorable moments in gaming history. Exploration is seamlessly integrated with the game's SAV system and map features. Save stations are strategically placed throughout Zebes, allowing players to record their progress and recharge their energy and ammo. The map system is intuitive, highlighting areas you've explored and marking points of interest, ensuring you never feel completely lost despite the game's vastness. The platforming elements in Super Metroid are equally impressive. Techniques like the wall jump and space jump add depth to the movement mechanics, enabling skilled players to reach areas earlier than intended or discover shortcuts. These advanced techniques are not explicitly taught, encouraging players to experiment and master the controls through practice. Another standout aspect of Super Metroid is its atmosphere. The game expertly uses its audio-visual design to create a sense of isolation and tension. The haunting soundtrack, ambient sound effects, and detailed sprite work all contribute to a world that feels alive and dangerous. The minimalistic storytelling approach, combined with the immersive atmosphere, keeps players engaged and invested in Samus' mission. With its groundbreaking gameplay and intricate story, Super Metroid captivated gamers around the world. But what truly elevated this classic to legendary status were its stunning graphics and unforgettable music. Let's journey through the visual and auditory splendor that makes this game an enduring masterpiece. Starting with the graphics, Super Metroid pushed the Super Nintendo's hardware to its limits, delivering a visual experience that was unparalleled at the time. The game's world is beautifully detailed, with each area of Zebes meticulously crafted to create a distinct atmosphere. The sprite work in Super Metroid is a testament to the artistry of its developers. Samus herself is rendered with incredible detail, her movements fluid and dynamic, whether she's firing her arm cannon or performing acrobatic maneuvers. Enemies and bosses are equally impressive, each designed with unique characteristics that add to the game's visual diversity. The sheer size and detail of some of the bosses, like Kraid and Ridley, leave a lasting impression, making every encounter feel epic. Lighting and environmental effects further enhance the immersion. Subtle details like the flickering lights of the wrecked ship or the shifting shadows in the depths of Meridia contribute to the game's eerie and isolated atmosphere. The use of parallax scrolling gives the backgrounds a sense of depth, making the world of Zebes feel expansive and alive. Turning our attention to the music, Super Metroid features one of the most iconic soundtracks in gaming history. Composed by Kenji Yamamoto and Minako Hamano, the music perfectly complements the game's dark and mysterious atmosphere. Each track is carefully crafted to evoke specific emotions, from the tension-filled corridors of Zebes to the triumphant moments of victory. The soundtrack's diversity is one of its greatest strengths. The eerie, ambient sounds of Brinestar create a sense of unease, while the haunting melodies of Meridia make you feel the desolation of the underwater caverns. Norfair's intense driving beats heighten the urgency as you navigate its lava-filled depths, and the haunting choir in the wrecked ship adds an extra layer of spookiness to an already unsettling area. Boss battles are accompanied by heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping tracks that elevate the intensity of each encounter. The music swells and shifts, matching the on-screen action and making every fight feel monumental. The final showdown with Mother Brain features an unforgettable score that ramps up the drama and stakes, ensuring the climax is both thrilling and emotional. When Super Metroid launched in 1994, it was an immediate critical and commercial success. Building on the foundations laid by the original Metroid and Metroid 2, this third installment perfected the formula, delivering a seamless blend of exploration, action, and storytelling that few games had achieved. But beyond its initial acclaim, Super Metroid has had a lasting impact on the gaming landscape, inspiring an entire genre and influencing game design for years to come. One of the most significant contributions of Super Metroid is the birth of the Metroidvania genre, a term coined to describe games that combine the non-linear exploration and progression mechanics of Metroid and Castlevania. Titles like Hollow Knight, Axiom Verge, and Ori and the Blind Forest owe a great deal to Super Metroid, drawing on its intricate level design, atmospheric storytelling, and rewarding exploration. The game's influence extends beyond just mechanics and genre. Super Metroid has also fostered a passionate community of fans who continue to celebrate and dissect the game to this day. The speedrunning community, in particular, has kept Super Metroid in the limelight, with players constantly finding new ways to complete the game faster and more efficiently. Speedrunning marathons and online leaderboards have turned the game into a competitive sport, showcasing the depth and precision of its design. Nintendo itself has recognized the enduring appeal of Super Metroid, drawing on its legacy for subsequent entries in the Metroid series. Games like Metroid Fusion and Metroid Zero Mission directly build on the mechanics and storytelling techniques pioneered in Super Metroid, while Metroid Prime brought the series into 3D, capturing the same sense of exploration and atmosphere. The more recent Metroid, Samus Returns and Metroid Dread also pay homage to the classic, ensuring that Samus's adventures remain relevant to new audiences. In the world of retro gaming, Super Metroid is often hailed as one of the greatest games of all time. Its inclusion in various retro gaming collections and availability on modern platforms like the Nintendo Switch Online service has made it accessible to new players, preserving its legacy and ensuring it continues to be enjoyed by future generations. Super Metroid isn't just a game, it's an experience. It's a journey through a meticulously crafted world that invites players to explore, experiment, and immerse themselves in its depths. It's a story of resilience and determination, embodied by one of gaming's most iconic heroes, Samus Aran. The game's design philosophy, emphasizing exploration, atmosphere, and player agency, has left an indelible mark on the industry, influencing countless games and developers over the past 3 decades. The legacy of Super Metroid is evident in the thriving Metroidvania genre. Its influence can be seen in how games approach non-linear storytelling, atmospheric world building, and player progression, setting a benchmark that many aspire to reach. Even today, the game's passionate community continues to celebrate and dissect its every detail. Speedrunners push the game to its limits, uncovering new strategies and techniques, while fans create art, music, and tributes that honor its legacy. Super Metroid remains a beloved classic, not just for its pioneering achievements, but for the deep, emotional connection it fosters with players. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Super Metroid. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more retro gaming content. Let us know your favorite memories of Super Metroid in the comments below, and stay tuned for more explorations of the games that shaped our lives. Until next time, keep questing and keep gaming.